In this video, we will discuss volume and total surface area of prisms and cylinders. TSA is the total surface area of a three-dimensional object and is found by the sum of all the faces, or sides, of the figure. We will organize our work to communicate your strategy clearly by showing 4 steps. You will show a picture equation, formulas, simplify, and then give your exact and approximate answers when appropriate. For any figure that has 2 congruent parallel bases, that is, the figure could be formed by stacking many thin slices of the exact same shape all the way through. The general formula for volume is area of the base times the height of the object. And you recognize the height by it's the distance between the bases. In figures that can be dissected this way, the 2 bases are connected by squares, rectangles, parallelograms, or rhombi. You might be like, how's that going to fit when we deal with a cylinder? You're going to see how this is actually a rectangle that's being or connected between the 2 circles, that connects the 2 circles. Okay, volume. Let's find the volume of this rectangular, or excuse me, not rectangular, of this triangular prism. I know the triangles are the bases because they are congruent, they're parallel to each other, and they're connected by rectangles. Remember that the base isn't the bottom, okay, because there's nothing across that's congruent to it and parallel. Okay, volume. The picture step is you draw a picture of the base, in this case a triangle. We label the important information, the 8 and 6, because the 8 and 6 are going to help us get the area of the base. And we're going to multiply that by the height of the object. And the height of the object is 15, because 15 is what connects the 2 bases. So, I've got a picture of the triangle with details labeled, times the height of the prism. This is our picture equation step. Second step, formulas. What I mean by that is you show how you use the formulas. So the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So I'm going to write 1/2 times 8 times 6. And then we multiply by the height of the actual prism, which is 15. So this is what we call the formula step. I'm showing how I'm using the formulas, okay, how I'm using those area formulas to eventually get the volume. Okay, third step, simplify. What I mean by that is something like this. I show a little bit of work, I start cleaning up some of the pieces I was finding. Simplify. And then we just multiply those together and we get an answer of 360 cubic centimeters. And we have our answer. Okay, total surface area. We just got to find the area of all 5 sides of this prism and then just add it all up. Now we have 2 triangles. Now I'm just going to write lightly here, don't copy this down yet. So I'm going to draw pictures of all the faces. I have a triangle, plus a triangle, plus a rectangle, plus a rectangle, plus a rectangle. I'm using this as my picture step. I'm going to find the area of one of the triangles, the second triangle, and then all 3 rectangles. Now if we have something with lots of sides, this gets really long. Is there a faster way of writing it? And the answer is yes. These 2 triangles are congruent. I'm going to save time by, instead, I'm going to write, let's clear that up, 2 triangles that are congruent, each with a base of 8 and a height of 6. When it comes to the rectangles, we have 2 of them are congruent, the one on the right and the one on the left. So I'm going to write 2 and then draw a picture of those rectangles, which are 10 by 15. And then I have the rectangle on the bottom, which is 8 by 15. So that is our picture step. I'm drawing pictures of the faces as I go along. Okay, second step is to do the formulas. In other words, show me how you're using the formulas. Substitute those in. So I have 2 triangles, and the formula for the triangle is 1/2 base times height, so 1/2 times 8 times 6, plus 2, each rectangle is base times height, So that is 15 times 10 plus 15 times 8. Okay, this is our formula step. I'm showing exactly how to use the formulas. Third step is to simplify. So this first expression becomes 48. This middle one cleans up to be 300. And the last one is 120. So this is our simplify step. Okay, and lastly, the answer, 468 square centimeters. Okay, so by having you guys show these 4 steps, it's organized. We don't have work scattered all over a sheet. Clearly showing me how you visualize the shape, showing me how you use the formulas, cleaning up that work, and then giving the answer. Okay, a cylinder. Now the volume of the cylinder is just same formula as this, the area of the base times the height of the object. So the picture step, well, the base is the circle. The important thing to find the area of that circle is the radius. I'm going to draw that in there. And then the height of the object is 10. So the picture, so we got our picture equation. I drew the base and then times the height of the cylinder. Second step, formulas. The formula for the area of a circle is pi r squared. So we have pi times, let's show the work here, times 4 squared times 10. Formula step. I'm showing the initial step of plugging in the numbers. Next step, we get 16 pi times 10. That is a simplify step. And then we can go to the answers. So we have 160 pi meters cubed. So this is our exact answer because I'm leaving it in terms of pi. And then we will approximate it and have 502.66 cubic meters. And that is our approximate answer. Okay, the total surface area of a cylinder. Imagine that you were able to cut out the circles and you're left with a ring. Well, how do we find the area of that ring? Here is a cutout of a cylinder. So you have your 2 circles, and then if you were to take that ring and slice it straight down, you end up with a rectangle. There's the height of the cylinder, and that other side of that rectangle is the circumference, because that originally wrapped around each circle. So, when we find the total surface area of a cylinder, we have 2 congruent circles plus a rectangle. Okay, so the TSA is 2 congruent circles. The important piece is the 4 for the radius, plus a rectangle. Okay, and if I go back to that picture, it's the height by circumference. So the height of the cylinder was 10. The formula for circumference is 2 pi r when given the radius. So I'm going to write 2 pi times 4. So height of the cylinder times the circumference of those circles. Okay, so this is our picture step. You're showing me a picture of each of the sides of the cylinder. Okay, next up is the formula step. So I have 2, each circle is pi r squared, so pi times 4 squared, plus 2 pi times 4 times 10. Okay, our formula step. Once again, showing me how you plug everything into that formula. Okay, next up, simplify. First part becomes 32 pi. Second part becomes 80 pi. So simplify step. Now let's get our exact and approximate. So 112 pi meters squared, and our approximate 351.86 meters squared. So exact and approximate.